Well, Michael, I have been seeing you on the screen a lot recently. 16 Candles, Vision Quest, which I have seen, and now this movie, Sylvester. And so let's talk a little bit about these three roles are so different. Now, normally, a young actor, like they see you in 16 Candles, and then you got to do 16 Candles the rest of your life until you're 35. How have you been able to get three such different roles?
I don't know. I suppose it's the people. I brought something to the character that the people liked. Vision Quest was a big stretch from 16 Candles, and I need to make those stretches as an actor, and I think that I get the parts because I can bring something to it, to the character that maybe somebody else couldn't. I think the same is true with Sylvester. I think that it was a stretch in a completely different direction than Vision Quest, and I suppose Tim liked what I brought to the character.
To even be considered, though, is something, Michael, because particularly in Vision Quest, it's such a different kind of role. And for them to say, oh, no, on the basis of what they had seen, so it's something that they would even consider you.
Well, I think they have to be commended for having the insight and giving me a chance to do something completely different when the norm would be to, like you said, just sort of keep me in one particular type. So they're to be commended. That Harold Becker should be commended for that. I think everybody has different factors and different types of personalities within them. I think a lot of people just see one or two different aspects of a person, but I think everybody has so many different things inside them, and Cooch was a part of me that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I had to get to know that part all over again, and it was tough, and it was exciting at the same time, and the same is true with Matt and Sylvester. It's a part of me that I hadn't seen, and some things that I see all the time in myself that I had to bring to the character of Matt. So I think everybody has these things inside them. I think it's just getting in touch with them and getting to know them again.
Was it difficult for you in Vision Quest to have to go through that mohawk haircut and all that?
No, that was my idea. Terry Davis wrote the book, and the real Cooch in the book had long hair, and it was braided, and that wasn't possible because my hair wasn't long enough. So in wrestling, a lot of us had mohawks in high school, or crew cuts or something. And I sort of thought a mohawk would work. I think it did work to have a mohawk. It wasn't difficult. It was fun to have that mohawk.
I thought it brought a lot to the character. I really liked it.
Thank you.
Were you ever considered for the Matthew Modine role because of your wrestling background?
Yes, I was. I think that the character of Loudon was a very good character, and I think Matt did a wonderful job with it. He did something completely different than I would have done, but the character of Cooch, always something about it it stuck with me. It was a character that I really wanted. Yeah.
In this movie, in Sylvester, you shot, of course, in Texas, and the day that I was in Marfa, Texas, doing some coverage, you were away, so I missed you in Marfa. But I'm just wondering, did you meet any fellows in Texas who could have been kind of a pattern for your character?
Sure, there were many there. There was a fellow that worked at the Phoenix station. He was very much like Matt. At least physically, he was very much like Matt Gray. I saw a lot of different things that young people did there that were just right for Matt, and I tried to use some of those things in the character.
Could you give me an example?
I think the sort of the presence of the people there, they have a freeness and an openness about them, and they have their world there, and I think it's different from any place I've ever been. It's just something that people put off, they're sort of individuals, and that was something I tried to make Matt, that he was his own person, and that he when he was in that part of Texas in his home, he was he was in his element, and it was his place. And then that's something I picked up from the people, and I tried to show that in Matt.
I know what you're saying because I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and don't care to live anyplace else.
Right.
But now, Marfa, you are so isolated from everything.
That's
but
right.
those young people really love it there?
I think they do. You know, I think that when you've grown up there and you've spent a lot of time there, it becomes something wonderful for you. It's isolated, but you have a freedom there that you don't have maybe in other places in the country. I think that freedom is what the people really love, is being able to do what they want there.
That does make sense because it's not a joke, you know. There's something about Texans, and I can't explain it, but we like the wide open spaces.
That's right.
We don't like to be
That's
crowded
right.
and don't like to be wall-to-wall people.
Right, it's a nice feeling of freedom, those wide open spaces.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed talking with you, Michael, very much.
Well, thank you.
And enjoyed your performances in all your films. Do you have another one coming up I don't know about?
No, not right now.
Well, I'm sure there will be. And
All right.
good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it. Nice interview. Oh, where are you cutting?
Okay, look at Hattie over here.
I know that'll be too far off, I think. Can I split the difference?
Sure.
Because they don't like... You rolling? Michael, how have you been able to play 3 such different roles? To what do you attribute that? In Vision Quest, was it difficult for you to wear that mohawk haircut? Because of your wrestling background, were you ever considered for the Matthew Modine role? Did you meet any Texans when you were shooting around Marfa and Alpine that kind of served as a role model for this particular part? What is it you think that's different about these people in Marfa? To me, it seems like Marfa and Alpine is so isolated. To me, it seems like that area around Marfa and Alpine, you're so isolated from everything. But do you find that those people really like being there? Yeah. Okay.